Part 2. All right, we're back for more. So does Chris or do Chris or Amy have any questions for Jim or Sherilyn? Is there something you would like to know about their lifestyle? Because I think it's adventurous. How do you minimize the risk? Like, what's the right degree of risk to have for something? And it doesn't just have to be for the life of a musician, but there's some people that I know. There's a friend I hosted in Germany from couchsurfing, and all this guy does is travel. He claims he's a social worker. I don't know if I believe him, because this guy is traveling to Thailand for like a month, and I'm like, Germany only gives you like 6 months, and this guy is going all over. He's like, I'm in Nepal, I'm in Poland, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend in Italy. I'm like, okay, you're an undercover millionaire, or the German economic system is different, or don't you get curious? It's almost suspicious, but why are most people hanging on to safe jobs? And I think I've run into people that are so safe doing the same thing. Have you all run into people like that? But where's the balance? Because how do you find out what the balance is? How do you know that you're not even missing out on something versus you are? How do you know that?
I'm still working on striking that balance because, like, I graduated from college a year ago, so now I'm just pretty much hanging out at home while I figure out what I'm doing next. So I'm working on finding that balance right now.
You're talking about like risk and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know if this is the right topic. I bring ninja stars with me everywhere I go. And then like every host I stay with, I steal a bunch of stuff to, sell it on Craigslist.
Oh my goodness.
But I think tonight I saw like a really cool, like some items here I might take with me. I don't know. Risk, I tell people usually, like, there has been really, like, something I'm not going to talk about, like, just, like, a couple, like, really unfortunate events, but most part, there are 99% people are pretty amazing that you'll meet, and there's, like, the 1% you just have to watch out for, but, like, I don't know, just kind of, like, use common sense if you have, like, a bad feeling. If you're staying with, like, strangers every night, like me, just, yeah.
So,
if people, what's that?
Go ahead, sorry?
Yeah, if people sound weird or sketchy and stuff, or just, like, stupid. Like, I remember a couple of people I stay with, like, even not, like, scary situations, but just people that they don't tell, like, their roommates or, friends or whoever else is living in the house. Like, they don't tell them about, like, travelers coming in, and it creates, like, really awkward. I had, like, just, like, 5 people before where I met up with them. We're going back to their house, and they were like, oh, by the way, like, pretend we're really good friends, because my roommate is not down with, like, having strangers here. And it's just, like, creates such an awkward, because I'm a terrible liar, so, like, so, yeah, if you ever come across something like that, just kind of, try to find a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. That's a good thing to do, is, if you find a place to stay, just also have, like, another, in case that host flakes out or something, I have, like, a backup plan. Now that I have a car, I'm really, like, before having no car and traveling around, it was always like I really plan things out. But now having a car, I'm like, this is my backup plan. If nothing works out, I have my car sleeping.
Yeah, that's probably going to be what I end up doing.
Right, but it's so far that, like, people have always, I don't know, I don't like kind of like, now I'm just so comfortable with it, because, like, the last minute, oh, things will work out. They always do, but I'm, like, starting to, like, be really comfortable with that, like, last minute things. I'm like, yeah, I'll find something, and I always do, but there might be a time where I'm like, wait.
No, you don't.
But so far, like, I remember the really last minute thing was I couldn't find a host, and right when I was about to, like, find a Walmart to park in, this person, like, said, yeah, you can stay with us. And it was, like, this guy who's a snake magician. It had, like, all these snakes in his living room and stuff.
Wow.
Where did you end up sleeping? Next to the snakes? Was that part of the
I took my ninja star and killed every snake. But no, no, it was really cool. It was, like, I slept in his teepee in the backyard, and
that's awesome.
But yeah, like, I don't know. A lot of times when you're having emergency and stuff, people usually come through and are really, helpful and super nice, but always have a backup plan just in case.
Did you want to mention the Hollywood story, or no? Keep that secret.
Yeah, secret.
You probably don't want to mention too many people.
Depending where you put this online.
It needs to be PC or like Sesame Street stuff that we're putting online.
Yeah, there's not many appropriate ones. But no, a lot of like shows have been really cool because like tonight we had the greatest sing along. What was his name? Bashi or something? The guy from India, like he was singing along so like passionately to that.
Yeah.
So everyone in the audience, like to describe it, we did like in the jungle, my jungle, and we all sang along to that. And everyone's sitting on the chairs, but he's like standing up in the audience, like. He was like dancing and stuff.
And everyone cut out, and he was like, "Wee!" Everyone's just
So great.
Yeah.
fish.
I think the police were called too, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just kidding.
So I don't know where I was going with that, but basically like.
Then it was awesome.
Yeah, like shows like that where like there's just so much participation because I feel like this ego prick dude just like it's all about me, but when other people want to like share their talents and sing and stuff, like it just is such a great experience when we all make a show together instead of just like one person like these are songs that play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really had a great time tonight. And other nights like people have brought like crazy instruments. I had this one girl that I think it was called like the Gudzong, something from China or Hong Kong. Where it's like, have you heard of that? It's like this harp kind of thing.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, so I had like Arizona was a really cool state. Like always, one guy brought a gong to a show. So a person brought like the Gudzong or something.
For some reason, the thing I thought you were gonna say hurdy-gurdy when you were a minute ago when you were talking about the instrument. from
Swedish
China.
instrument.
The hurdy-gurdy.
What is that? I don't know what
It's
that
like
is.
it's like an old like.
Hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, it's like an old medieval instrument. And it's like you have like keys and then you have this little crank on the side. It's so great. So
Oh
great.
my.
Pretty cool.
But that girl also had a theremin.
Oh,
thing.
fantastic!
Yeah.
Oh.
Pyramids are amazing.
So every state I go to, I discover a new instrument. I'm like, I gotta have that.
So, what have you noticed, Sherilyn, from megabusing? And you've gone to several cities, quite a few cities too, right?
I went to 4 places. So I started here in Cincinnati, and then I went to Chicago, and then from there I went to Minneapolis, back to Madison, back to Chicago, back to Indianapolis, and then back here. So 4 cities. But I spent like 3 days in each one because I was hanging out with people, I was doing some shows, I was doing some busking. There was one day in Minneapolis when I didn't really have anything better to do, and I was playing at a show that night, so it's like, I'll just go busk for a few hours. So I spent 5.5 hours busking, bike a mile down the street to the show I played, hang out there for an hour, and then play a 2-hour show. And that was actually one of the better shows I've done. So that worked out, that was fun, but it's a lot of fun having adventures like that. That's really the fun of traveling and doing music is you're free to just go do adventures. You're free to do whatever. It's great.